impossible for a man to really love a woman like me. He only has her somehow.
In looking at it as a cookbook or even as a storybook, it was really important to reflect the visuals of Nepenthe, to kind of reflect the artistic upbringing that we had.
Do you know the way to San Jose? I've been away so long, I may go wrong and lose my way. Do you know the way to San Jose? I'm going back to...
My book is My Nepenthe, Bohemian Tales of Food, Family, and Big Sur. I'm the granddaughter of Bill and Lolly Fassett, and they were the owners and founders of Nepenthe. And I grew up at the restaurant and grew up under the tutelage of my grandparents and in the family home and at the restaurant. So the book is really is kind of a story about our family. It's about kind of a coming of age story for our family in Big Sur and a coming of age of Big Sur. It's kind of the cultural story of Big Sur in a particular time, and it's interwoven with recipes and beautiful visuals from present and past. Food has always been in my life. I grew up there, and I've been involved in food and worked in the food business and was a pastry chef, and visuals, and have also been a painter and an artist, and I went back to school to study writing, and I just kind of wanted to always bring those things all back together. Nepenthe, it is a restaurant, but it's not necessarily always about the food there. It's really about the whole experience. And it was how do you put a hamburger in a book and make it interesting? Well, the way you make it interesting was telling the story. And so the recipes are really about the stories. My grandparents moved to Big Sur in 1947. There was only about 300 people. There was not a place for people to go. There was not a happening environment. The highway had just opened 10 years before, and there was kind of a beginning rush of people going there from Southern California, and the highway was kind of getting a lot of press. And so they kind of hit it at the right time, and in that way. But, the big joke was 500 people showed up on the first day, and nobody showed up for months afterwards. And so it was really a long haul to get that kind of notoriety. But my grandparents had very interesting lives, very interesting backstories, and I think they really drew that my grandfather in particular drew kind of a Hollywood crowd. My grandmother drew a very European crowd. She'd lived in Italy for years, and they were very connected to the arts, and I think that the arts brings a wonderful sense of community and wonderful kind of interesting people. When we grew up with so many people coming and going, and now there's a lot of movie stars and people that have homes in Big Sur. There was some of that when we were growing up, but they were much more private, or they were just involved in your lives, and you just they were just your friends. They weren't necessarily somebody that you thought, oh yeah, they're in the movies. He was like, oh no, they're a friend.